Hey guys, it's Cassie and today we're going to be talking about the items on my 2022 luxury wish list that I didn't buy and why. The ones that fell by the wayside, the ones that I never clicked checkout cart on. Look, things that we put on our wish list at the beginning of the year, we've got high hopes for them. We're like, oh my gosh, yes, fabulous, love, must have. Things change throughout the year, our mind changes. And we might look back and go, I actually have no use for you now. All right, situations change, time has changed. I don't love you as much as I did, all of that. So we're going to get into it today. I did one of these back in May and I found it relatively therapeutic. So we are hopping back on the train again, kicking it off with the Versace pointed platforms in satin. And I saw these on the fall winter 2022 runway and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, fabulous, vampy, a little bit sort of witchy but in a chic way. I was very here for the vibes. They almost gave a bit more of a sophisticated vibe than these. These are very Bratz dolly, very my 8-year-old self would approve of this purchase, you know. Number of reasons why I ended up not pulling the trigger on those, and I did have the opportunity to pre-order when I saw them on the runway, and that's really when I'm most excited about a piece. Right, I've seen it on the runway, I've got an idea of how it moves, how it looks, and I'm like, yes, this is when I'm the most fired up. So even at the time I was like, I would like to wait, I would like to see the colours, because the only colour that it was offered to me to pre-order was like an olivey green. Although very different vibes, I do feel it's very similar shoe. It's platform, it's satin, it's got these sort of ankle straps, not the same, but similar. And I feel like I would wear those in a similar situation to when I would wear these. I don't necessarily like to do a lot of duplicates or similar. I've got the exceptions, all right, don't hold me to that. And we'll go into it a little bit more in this video as well. But I felt like they were a little bit too similar for me. The other thing is that they were satin, and whilst, yes, I do have a couple of satin shoes, none of them are sort of like this in the way that, do you see how on the inside of this shoe it's got these black marks, and that is from the other shoe hitting against this platform as you walk, because they are so heavy. It's just natural that they're sort of like gonna hit each other at intervals or whatever. It can't be helped. I've already got one pair of platform satin shoes. I've maybe reached my quota with them, so as much as I love them I had to say no. Guys, if you are new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're gonna love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Right, item number 2, the Gucci Bamboo 1947 bag in the small size. I went on and on about this bag in 2021, and going into this year I was fully prepared. I was like, now is the time, I'm going to hand over my cash and this bag is going to be mine. It was going to be in the small size and it was going to be the all black, so even the bamboo on it was black. I really like that kind of monochromatic feel just against the Gucci web of the strap and all of that. Oh, I could top handle her for an evening, I could crossbody for her during the day for a casual look. I saw a life with this bag, and whilst I will say this bag is not a never, this bag is not a will never buy, she's just sort of on the back burner, and there's one main reason for that, which is I know that this bag is going to be around for a long time. I know I've got lots of opportunities to buy this bag in the future. Well, one would assume, I know poor Alessandro has been kicked by the wayside. I don't know what the new creative director will do, but assuming they've got, you know, 2 brain cells to rub together, I assume this bag will be around for a long time. I feel like, if I don't get it this year, I can get it next year. If I don't get it next year, I can get it the year after. I feel like my mind has therefore prioritised bags that are limited edition or seasonal, and I only have X number of months to buy this bag sort of thing. So she's sort of been knocked down, she's been knocked down the list a lot. I've just been more excited about other bags. Speaking of bags, I don't think I talked about this bag on this channel. This is a Chanel shearling flat bag. I saw this bag on Instagram on a personal shopper's page, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this bag before. I like it. So interesting, so different. It's a shearling flap, and then it's got these sort of drawn camellias. There's white on black, black on white, with some little pearl details. It is giving snowstorm chic, all of those cozy vibes. And you know me, whilst I'm not necessarily into the classic flaps so much, I do love a seasonal Chanel piece. And I would say I was obsessed with this bag for about 2 weeks straight. Then I really sat down and thought about it. And this bag is far too seasonal for me. As in, this bag is purely winter only. You can't do a spring or an autumn or a summer with this. It's just not going to look right, right? You're out there in your little cute little summer two-piece and your shearling fluffy bag, right? And then also it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot to use. You're not even going to want to touch it. Then I thought, me and lint. First of all, you know I'm not going to go for, well, I did love the white, but I knew can't be trusted with the white. Black, lint galore. The level of maintenance to upkeep this bag and to keep it looking fabulous as it deserves to, I just knew, do you want to know what, I'm not the rightful owner. No, I'm not that committed. Because every time you take this bag out, you would have to do a nice little lint roll when you get home, a little ferret through, you've got no crumbs, there's no sort of small animal that's weaseled itself in there. No, you're fine. When you're out and about using it, it's rubbing on clothes, the fibres of those clothes are going in. No. And do you want to know what? If there is one thing I've learned that is good to be in this life, it's self-aware. So at least I'm self-aware enough to know, do you want to know what? I'm not going to give this bag the life she deserves to live. There we go. End of. If you watched my most recent shopping vlog at Bergdorf's, you would have seen this moment happen firsthand. I have realised I cannot buy Schiaparelli earrings. I love Schiaparelli. It is so over the top, like weird, but in an interesting and beautiful way. And I had been married to the concept of, I'm going to get a fabulous pair of Schiaparelli earrings, okay? And they would have just sit perfectly on the ear, looking fabulous. Oh my gosh, it would have been a regal moment. So they do sort of stud-like ones, they're still ginormous, and then they also do dangly ones. So Bergdorf is the only place I've seen Schiaparelli in person, and not just on Vogue Runway. So I was like, now is my chance, I'm going to try them on. And I selected a lovely little planet, or whatever it was, with a bit of dark, you know, crystals. I was really feeling myself. And then I put them on. And my earlobes have never screamed like that in their lives. If I were to wear these earrings for more than 30 minutes, I would have no ear holes. That would be ripped straight through. I don't know how the celebrities on the red carpet are wearing these, okay? Are they taking them off as soon as they're inside? It's such a shame because they are absolutely beautiful. And I know that you can get these sort of stickers that are like ear savers, and you put one on the front and one on the back. I think they almost look like, you know, those plastic holes when you hole punch a piece of paper to sort of save the hole. It's that for your ears, essentially. I thought, even with that, I don't think that would stop the pain. So that was a really sad fact, because I love an over-the-top costume jewellery moment, and these were the perfect ones. And I had outfits in my head, you know when you plan it out, you're like, oh my gosh, yes, with this outfit, and then you top it off with the earrings, oh my gosh, it takes it to another level, yes! No. So that one, against my will, had to be removed from the list. Jimmy Choo wedge boots. I saw these, I think Tamara posted it during Fashion Week in February, and I screenshotted and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna keep my eyes open for these when, you know, they come out. And I initially saw them in like a really rich pink velvet, and then I saw that they were in metallic gold and they looked stunning, and then I also saw that there was a fully crystal version, and I was like, oh, love, yes. I just thought that the proportions of everything looked perfect for a wedge boot. Then when the time came and they came out, I thought, Cassie, why? Why did you think you could have gotten these boots? As far as I'm aware, there is no zip. All right, not one that goes from the top to the bottom so that you can even have a chance of stuffing in, you know, whatever calf muscle you've got in there, just really getting it in there. No, it's one of those that you're just like straight in, good luck to you. Now, I've not got the skinniest calves in the world, okay, so I'm ruled out of certain types of boots. This being one of them. There is absolutely no way my calves are getting into those boots, and if they are, there is not going to be a millimetre gap around the circumference of that boot, such that If I then go to take them off, suction has started. These boots are now my legs, okay? They are never coming off. I will wear them to bed. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, these are my shoes because there's no way they're coming off. Gonna have to call the firefighters to get them off, right? There's absolutely no way. I should have known better. I don't know why at the beginning of the year I had a little bit of optimism that these were going to work for me, because from the get-go they were not. Now, in my last wishlist video, I spoke about this beautiful ring from a brand called Ondin, and I had only known about this brand since moving here, and I saw it in a shop, and do I love the concept? Yes, it's so beautiful, and the way that the diamonds move and have a life of their own, all of that, very into it. The issue is that now I know and keep exploring and finding new jewellery designers, the more I'm like, no, this is the one, no, that's the one, no, this is the ring that I want. Actually, sod you, yes. So I've had a bit of that with the whole fine jewellery ring situation. However, I feel as though I finally settled on my vision. This is it. I didn't have a vision for my rings before. I was just like, yeah, looks cool. That's, I think, what I want. But I finally think I have settled on the pieces that are more me, a bit more aligned to my style and all of that. Susanna Martin's, the woman behind this ring. My gosh, it is both dangerous and a pleasure to follow her because everything she makes I want. And then there's another ring that I want for this finger. And really my vision is white ceramic. I feel as though I have committed over here to my reign of white ceramic, and we shall continue across both hands. I feel as though that is my vision. I feel as though all of my rings, minus this one, because this one was sort of here before the vision, right? So yeah, so basically the Ondin ring does not fit in with such vision, and so she's been, you know, pushed off the edge of the boat, really. A few of you guys sent me a picture of this bag and was like, this is the most you bag I've ever seen, and you weren't wrong. This is the Bottega Veneta Mini Jodie in green crystals. Look at this bag and tell me it's not me. Oh please, this is so Cassie $2 This is crystals, it's green, okay? I've been loving the Mini Jodie in my green chlorophyll. Oh, of course I would love her. So, I actually did own her for all of a minute. Let me tell you the story. So, I went to Neiman Marcus's White Elephant Christmas party, and I've never played White Elephant before, but essentially you either pick a gift or you can steal somebody else's gift, and the gift can be stolen twice, okay? So when it came to my turn, somebody had unboxed this bag. Phenomenal. Insane. Glorious. Even better in person, truly. I stole it from them, and Karma said, you were sly. And because of that, somebody stole it from me. So for a minute she was mine. I personally don't necessarily like to buy duplicates, but there are exceptions, exceptions being the Fendi Baguette and other such random exceptions. But generally I don't like buying duplicates because I would use those things in similar situations. And I feel as though when I buy bags, that's the one that was meant to be for me. Like, I had no intention of buying a Mini Jodie when I bought my chlorophyll one, but I saw that one and I was like, that's the colour. Therefore, that is my one. That is the one that I was meant to have. I wasn't meant to have the crystal one, clearly, as it was stolen out of my pride from my crying hands. In the situations I would have worn the crystal one, I would have also worn this one. So, there we go. Those are the stories of the wishlist items of 2022 past. Can you believe we are this close to 2023? Let me know what was on your wishlist this year and got kicked off for whatever reason. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are, and in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.